Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy fall, October 1st to you. You are looking live at the virtual iRacing Daytona International Speedway Road Course, the site of round 24 for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series as the drivers get ready for the Daytona RC 142 on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. Good evening, wherever you are across the world. I'm Wesley Outland, joined alongside by Brett Rolls, because my friend Greg Rentz is taking off tonight. And, of course, always in the production chair, the executive producer of Live Sim Racing, Charles Wooten. Brett, Daytona, always exciting on the 2.5-mile track. But tonight, we have the road course. This is my first time calling the Daytona road course here for iRacing. This should be a unique event, as the drivers will probably prepare for a lot of green flag pit stops. No cautions except controlled local yellows. This should be an interesting race here for 40 laps tonight.
Yeah, if this is your first time seeing this racetrack go down, Wesley, you're in for a shoe-in. The initial green flag for this race is going to hold a lot of dramas. There's not a lot of room to give going into turn 1 and 2. Drivers are definitely going to have to check up and, do a little give and take to, be able to get through 1 and 2 and stretch out and, be able to actually get through this course safely without, wrecking their stuff before we even get going here.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely see what these drivers can do here really, really quickly as we are getting ready to wrap up the drivers' meeting. Once the drivers' meeting concludes, there will be open qualifying for all the drivers to come onto the racetrack, put their best lap of speed down to set the lineup here tonight for the Daytona RC 142. 142 miles, 40 laps around the road course. And as I say that, the trucks are on course now, ready to go with qualifying. And we'll kick things off with that number 72 machine, BJ Tidrick, right there. We'll see what times he puts on, as well as the rest of the drivers here around the Daytona road course here this evening.
Yes, if you take a look at the practice times, Wesley, it looks like everybody's just under that 2-minute bracket. So expect about, the fastest time that I can see on the board right now is around the 1:53 and 53 second bracket. So it's going to take these guys a little bit of time to get around this course. It's not as small as it looks compared to what that 2.5 mile time is here in the 49 to 50 second bracket. So it's going to be interesting to see, who's able to keep that transition of, calm, collected smoothness throughout this entire 2-minute course around this track, as there's a lot of hairpins that can really be thrown at you. Coming off turn 2 here, like this Tidrick is right now, he's going to be flying through turns 3 and 4, and then he's going to have to check up real quick. As you see, there's like a little chicane almost coming down the back straightaway, as you'll see him check up, and there's just this little cut in, almost like you see at Watkins Glen, the bus stop, but just completely reversed to it. So not only that, but they also have the chicane coming out of turn 4 as well. So 2 little hiccups like that could, really throw a curveball in for some drivers here tonight.
Tidrick has not officially taken time just yet. No drivers have actually officially gone on the clock as they work their way through that little chicane, as you mentioned, off turn 4, right at the pit road entrance. And here comes BJ Tidrick now. He will now officially go on the clock in the number 72. And now the time is official now for now the driver, BJ Tidrick. So now you see the clock in real time on the bottom of the monitor there in 10 seconds now. You got to make sure you put down a good lap, as right now we'll see in Tidrick on Speedway, watching the Lucky Strike entry, working his way around turns 1, 3, and 4 now. Off from there onto the straightaway. They'll come back around, working their way through the course, through the middle of the infield here at Daytona, where the campgrounds are. And then eventually they'll work their way through that part of the race course. And he's in trouble. Tidrick has smacked and crashed. That's going to hurt his time. Problems for Tendrick. A lot of trucks with problems. Frank Harris off course in the 11 as well.
Yeah, I expected this corner here to throw a lot of curveballs up for drivers. You really have to get heavy on the brakes, and there's a lot of downshifting that happens going through that corner. You really have to get that truck woed up. The only thing that I've ever raced at this course was an Xfinity car, and the trucks are a lot heavier and they don't have quite as much horsepower as the Xfinity cars, but it takes a lot to get these cars woed down enough to be able to make that quick right-hander. And not only that, but as you come through the corner, it varies in how tight the corner is. It branches in the beginning, and then it comes to like almost a very quick right-hander coming out of it.
Stephen O'Hare, we're seeing him now in the 41. These drivers on course now qualifying. As Stephen O'Hare in the 41 now on course. He's on the big part of the speedway now. And while we see him work his way down into turn number 4, through the tri-oval, through that little bus stop chicane, if you will. Got to make those marks work good as he now comes back to speed, coming through the tri-oval, back to the start-finish line. And looks like it's 156.397. 156.394, the best lap of speed. He'll go on the clock again as right now Burke is now second, Ottenbacher third. And while we watch Carl Burke in the 53 work his way around the racetrack, let's take a look at the weather conditions virtually here at the Daytona International Speedway road course. Temperature 79 degrees in Holden, ambient partly cloudy skies, a windy day. Almost 11 to 12 mile per hour winds. Gusts have been getting up to 15 miles an hour. That's going to affect these truck spread rolls. And the track temperature is at 113 degrees. That is very abnormal.
Yeah, that's a very abnormal track temperature, as you pointed out here for the road course as well. As we see more and more cars taking time, and it looks like so far only 2 drivers are able to break into that 1 minute 56 second bracket, and that's the 41 of Stephen O'Hare and the 28 of William Fletcher. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see if anybody else is able to get through to that 56 bracket, as we see the next closest is Carl Burke at a 157.5. So it looks like 2 of these guys have been able to figure this place out pretty quick so far, Wesley.
Yeah, Stephen O'Hare right now, the man setting the bar. Fletcher now in second. Here's Toby Ritters in truck number 23. He's got himself a pretty good, decent lap going for him so far, as he'll work his way up the high banks here around Daytona into turn number 3 and 4, coming down the backstretch actually to the back straightaway. He'll work his way to that chicane, or what you call the bus stop. You got to get on the binders quickly to make it through there. Just like what you will see at Charlotte at the Roval, or what you'll see at Watkins Glen, as you had mentioned. The same thing you see here at Daytona road course. And then they get back to speed on the big speedway. 40 laps to distance here tonight. And we are pretty efforting that this will be a green flag race with only controlled local yellow flags. As well, you see Toby Ritters overshooting the cones. He missed the bus stop there, chicane in turn 4 through the tri-oval, and that's going to cost him. And now we see Sean Brightsman in the 46 on course now.
And that's the interesting thing about this open qualifying, is you have multiple trucks out there. As you saw just before that incident where he went through that chicane, coming through the one on the back straightaway, he got a little bit loose on the exit of that chicane, and he almost caught the car that was behind him. I didn't really catch a truck number that was the truck that he almost collected with him, but that also throws another curveball into these drivers. Being able to make sure you give the driver in front of you enough space to where if they do mess up, or they overshoot a corner or get a little bit loose, you're not going to get collected in their mishap and take away from time on your lap.
Watching Sean Brightsman, he's on course now. We'll see what he can do on speedway. Working his way now back onto the big part of the track in turn number 1 and 2, as qualifying is underway here for the drivers of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. After last Thursday night off, they're set now for round 24 here at the Daytona road course. A lot of these drivers not used to this course, and this was actually an add-on made to the schedule whenever it was announced that they were creating the Daytona Road Course event for NASCAR, the powers that be for the Northwest Series said, yep, let's put this on our schedule. Let's see what we can do. And we'll see what type of race we have here tonight. Don't forget, coming up on Monday night, I'll be down on the pit lane. Justin Prince and Greg Rentz will be on the call for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series right here from the road course at Daytona. Airtime 11:15 Eastern, 10:15 Central on Live Sim Racing LSR TV broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. As again, we watch Sean Brightsman on board with him as he works his way around the course, moving his way back onto the speedway in turns number 1 and 2, back up to speed. And you know, Brett, suffice to say, I know that the temperature, I know that the speeds are going to be down in the course area, not like super speedway racing. But could we possibly see the big one if they're in a big pack down the back straightaway or in the corners? Do you think we could see a big wreck happen like we see on super speedway racing normally at Daytona or Talladega?
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you took a look there with the 46 when we were on board coming down the back straightaway, if you have a pack of cars or trucks, you know, regardless of what you're racing here at the road course, if you have a pack of vehicles going into that chicane, you know, all at once, it can create a lot of havoc with as little bit of room as there is to work through that chicane. You know, and not only there, but also right here as he comes through turns 3 and 4 as well. You know, it's going to get very tight very quick for a lot of drivers trying to battle through there. I think the best course of action for these drivers tonight is you know, set your moves up for, you know, throughout the course, you know, racing part of this aspect, and get a good run coming out of those corners to be able to make your moves, you know, through the actual points of the, you know, 2.5 mile course of the corners that you do get here. Other than that, you know, that'd be my advice for the big pack racing. Other than that, you know, just try to avoid the chaos of, you know, everything being so cluttered.
Showing the Jegs 00 of Kevin Smith on course now. By the way, a new quick man. It's Dan West Jr. to the 55 to the top spot. Fletcher in second spot, followed by Sean Brightsman third. Stephen O'Hare, Gamble the top 5. Burke, Nichols, King, White, Audenbacher currently your top 10. Qualifying just about to wrap up. We will take a quick break and we'll get ready to wrap up qualifying and introduce the lineup here from Daytona Road Course on LSR TV. Back with more in a moment. Back here at the Daytona International Speedway Road Course, we are set to go now for qualifying officially in the books. Dan West Jr. will be the fast qualifier in the number 55 as we're ready to bring the field down the back straightaway for the start. When they come back to the front straightaway, the green flag will fly here at the World Center of Racing virtually. Ready to go. The starting lineup for round 24 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on LSR TV. Fast qualifier, Dan West Jr., 55. William Fletcher in 28. That's row number 1.
Row number 2 is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman, and the outside of him is going to be the 41 of Stephen O'Hare.
Well, we skipped row number 2. I'm glad you caught that. Row number 3 is going to be Robert Campbell in 54 and Carl Burke in 53. That's row 3.
Row number 4 on the inside is going to be the 8 truck of Gary Nichols, and to his outside is going to be the 44 of Tyler King.
Row number 5 to round out the top 10, Chris White in number 83. To his outside, the 89, John Audenbacher. By the way, we hope you enjoyed the pictures of showing what these drivers look like.
Just outside the top 10, we're going to find the 333 of Dane Finning, and to his outside in the 58, rounding out position number 12, is going to be the 58 of Stephen Paulison.
Row number 7 will find Frank Harris in the 11 and Ray Fournier in the 26.
Next row back in row number 8 is going to be the 72 of BJ Tidrick, and to his outside is going to be the 23 of Toby Ritters.
The field rolls behind the toe of the pace truck. Row number 9 will be Kevin Smith in the Jegs 00. He is in 17th and 18th, Wayne Rick.
And the final row on the inside in the 24 is going to be Jeff Stabnow. And rounding out the field shotgun in that 805 is going to be Wayne Rick, starting P20.
And don't count out Dennis Moore as well in the 34 truck. We forgot to grab him as well. Again, a good job for the driver of the 55, Dan West Jr. He is the man that is on the pole. We're going to grab him real quickly before they come to the green flag. Dan West Jr., another pole for the Northwest Truck Series. Are you ready to tackle the road course here at Daytona?
I hope so. We'll see how this thing goes.
What do you think of this place? I know it's unique. I know it was recently added to the schedule.
I think it's pretty cool. I've never raced on it yet, so we'll see how this racing goes for 40 laps.
All right, buddy, we'll let you get to it. Good luck. There you go. That's Dan West Jr. Meanwhile, they work their way through the chicane, making their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3 now. Here they come, actually. They're coming to the start. The pace car has got out of harm's way. We are coming to the line. Green flag in the air. They'll take, actually, the original tri-oval for the green. We are underway. Ladies and gentlemen, you are racing here at Daytona. And we're efforting this race to be a good one, as already the leader, Dan West Jr., has gone off course. Sean Brightsman to the lead. Everybody roars through the opening corners through the S's into 1 and 2.
It's like I pointed out earlier, this opening green flag was going to be a lot of drama. It's very easy to overshoot that turn 1. It's very tight coming through. For a lot of drivers to be able to woe up and come in there in a pack can create a lot of chaos. But as you can see now, the field mostly getting spread out. Might be able to single file as we get into the next tricky corner here at this Daytona road course. As if you go on board with a couple of these drivers throughout the course, you'll be able to actually see just how tight it is coming off of that corner compared to how widespread it is going in.
Working their way back on the east end of the speedway to turn number 1 and 2 around the high banks here at the Daytona International Speedway. Down the back straightaway they'll go. They'll pick up speeds at almost 170 miles an hour or more. You're running on board with the swag in-race truck of their 53, Carl Burke. And you notice they got to really quickly get on the binders and make that turn through the chicane to the bus stop. They'll successfully get through that perfectly. You saw the way Burke really had to downshift to make sure he made that transition perfect. He did it in perfect transition. And now they'll work their way back through the high banks into turns number 3 and 4. And then you see them going to have to really go to the binders again to make it to the bus stop. Another chicane, another tight one right through the middle of the tri-oval before they enter the start-finish line. We have 1 lap in. Sean Brightsman leads the opening go. 39 remaining here at Daytona there, Brett Rolls.
Absolutely. As you see the field starting to space out pretty significantly now, is Sean Brightsman able to pull away from that lead. As you see the gap there as the rest of the cars coming through that opening S curve, and it looks like he's going to have about a 2-second gap to the second place car. So the 46 of Brightsman not wasting any time pulling out to the lead, as we got 1 truck around, as that's the 58 truck, I believe, of Stephen Paulison, who's having issues on that initial corner.
Yeah, Paulison with a problem on his machine in the 58. Going to lose all that ground, falling all the way back to 17th as they'll work their way back around the speedway here. There's Dan West Jr., the fast qualifier. He has now mired all the way back at the top 15 and 13th. Losing ground, and now here comes also another good battle heating up with Carl Burke. Got 1 off the race course in the 28. Problems for that machine. Fletcher's machine. He'll get back on course. We'll stay okay.
And we got another
the race continues on.
Got another one down to the inside who's spinning, and that just goes to show you just
Frank Harris in the 11.
Yeah, exactly, and that just goes to show you, how much time you really can lose here with these localized cautions, rather than what you're used to seeing with the with the oval trucks here at the regular 2.5 mile course. Usually, you throw a caution, everybody bunches back up, but not with the localized cautions here on this road course. Everybody else is staying green at race pace, and you got to get that machine back up and going as quick as you can.
Working their way again off of turn number 4, coming back down to the start-finish line, but first they have to come through that little entrance of that chicane, the bus stop there, and they'll make it through cleanly. Now back to the trioval, little wiggle there for the 55 of Dan West Jr. He'll save it. 3 laps in now of 42 are officially complete. Sean Brightsman leads the way. Stephen O'Hare second, Carl Burke third, Robert Gamble fourth, and Tyler King currently in the top 5. And you see them all scattered around the racetrack. This transition continuing here in the opening laps. So we got squilling tires. That's Kevin Smith losing it right in front.
And we got another one around here on the course. So a lot of drivers making some early race mistakes. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to rebound later on in the race. As you know, 40 laps around this course, that's a very long road course distance compared to the race that I've ran here. So a lot of time to make some mistakes and a lot of time to regain some time if you do make a mistake, as it's going to be a very long green flag race. So you know, you got plenty of time. I wouldn't get overzealous if you do make a mistake early on, as you see a lot of drivers just trying to play it patient right now and get used to the braking points and shifting points around this course. Is, you know, we talked to the pole sitter of Dan West Jr., and he even pointed out, you know, he hasn't done much racing here, and this was, I think he said, even his first race ever. So a lot of guys still new to this course and trying to learn, you know, the shifting points and braking points, like I said. So a lot of errors to be made here tonight by some drivers, so keep an eye on them standings to, you know, see the moves that are made. Is keep an eye on John Ottenbatcher, who's started 10th. He's up to 8th. It looks like he's making moves quickly through the field. Same with Dennis Moore in the 34. He started 18th, and he's up to 12th right now.
No change in the lead, almost a 5-second advantage for Sean Brightsman over Stephen O'Hare. Carl Burke sits back in third, 8 seconds back, if you will. Gamble back almost 9 seconds in fourth, and almost 9 and close to 10 seconds back is Tyler King in the top 5. As again, this race is pretty much predicting no full course cautions, local yellows only, and green flag pit stops. And this should be an interesting event here at Daytona. Brightsman still leads as the laps continue in the early going. Brightsman, there he is in that 46 in his own world. Nobody around him. By the way, one of the things that I was just made aware of, if you will, and that is currently from Jeff Stabnow. Track temperature is shooting up pretty quickly, and the grip is going away very fast. That's why they are a full second off of practice times. Let's take a look at the track conditions and the weather conditions right now. Look at that. Literally, it went from 117 to 108 degrees on track temp. The track is getting a lot of grip very quickly in the early going, Brett Rolls.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what the track temp does to these trucks as we transition through this 40-lap race. You know, it's pretty normal to see, you know, on a circle track, you know, cars getting loose versus tight, you know, depending on the weather conditions. It's going to be another challenge as you're trying to go, you know, not just left-hand turns, but now you throw in some right-hand turns as well. So, you know, I know a lot of drivers are able to overcorrect and get that car straightened back out when you get a little too sideways on a circle track, but is it going to be able to be that same challenge for them if they get going in a right-hand corner and get a little bit loose?
Wanting to find out the demographics, that is the Daytona International Speedway road course. And give you all of the information of what this place is about here, this track at Daytona. Working their way around the race course. For the NASCAR road course, this facility sits at 3.61 miles in length.
In the 46 car, Sean Breetzman, he is not wasting any time. As just about 2 laps ago, he had a 5-second gap. He is already up to an 8.5-second lead over the second place car of Stephen O'Hare. So Breetzman has definitely been almost picture perfect throughout these first couple of laps here tonight, as he's opened up that gap ridiculously big so far.
So let's pick up somebody that is at the start-finish line, and we're going to go high above the racetrack. Our blimp view presented by All-American Pools. We're going to pick somebody up that's coming to the start-finish line. The closest truck will mention whoever it is. And we are going to, okay, let's just stay with Sean Breetzman now, because he's coming out of turn number 4. Turn 4 for the Speedway, turn 12 for the race course. Now he'll work his way to turn number 13 and 14, which is now known as the NASCAR chicane. Okay, coverage presented by All-American Pools. Here's your lap around the road course. He'll come to the start-finish line right now. He's through the tri-oval. The tri-oval will now transition at the pit road exit in the entrance of turn number 1. He'll work his way to turn number 1, a little slither there between the opening 1 and 2 corner. Then he'll work his way through what they call the International Horseshoe. The International Horseshoe from turn number 2 into turn 3. This is the International Horseshoe. He'll work his way through that straightaway and now come up into somewhere around turn 4 right about now. And this is what is known as the dog leg. The dog leg will then transition into what is known as the West Horseshoe. That is turn number 5 and 6. You see them weasel their way around there. You're right on board with Sean Breetzman. That is through the West Horseshoe of the Speedway. Then he'll turn into turn number 6. The in and out will then become onto the race course. The race course back onto the big Speedway will actually be turn number 7. Turn 7, they come up to speed like they would just like in the 500 or the September race. Down the back straightaway into turn number 8, which is actually turn 2 for the regular Speedway. Down the back straightaway. Back stretch will now become known as the bus stop or the chicane, as me and Brett reiterated on. That's turn number 9 and 10 through the bus stop. Back to the end of the back straightaway on the big Speedway. And then they'll work their way into turn number 3 here at Daytona on the big course, known as now turn 11 here at the road course. Turn 11, back around the Speedway into turn number 4. Turn 4 will then become turn number 12, back through turns 13 and 14 at the NASCAR chicane, and back through the tri-oval. And thanks to All-American Pools, Brett Rolls, that is a lap around the World Center of Road Course Racing here at Daytona.
And, you know, the camera angle that we have, you know, compared to what these drivers are going through just does not do it justice. I mean, this course is so intricate for throttle input. I mean, throttle control, shifting points, braking points. It is crucial to getting around the Daytona road course. My best road course experience with these vehicles is probably, you know, Watkins Glen. And, you know, I as a driver perspective, after 3 or 4 laps into a race here, I instantly missed Watkins Glen. Not just because, you know, of, you know, the track being bad or anything, just the familiarity that I have with that track. This track is very tricky to learn, especially if you have never ran here before, except for the 2.5 mile.
And mind you, this road course is different than what the drivers run on the sports cars in January at the Rolex 24. Breetzman, Gamble, O'Hare, Burke, Fletcher, your top 5. We're going to go side by side, 5 laps in here. A good show at Daytona underway. Round 24, the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, side by side, thanks to Bulletproof Tees, so you don't miss a thing. Our coverage continues when we return.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Hope you've enjoyed the side-by-side coverage. Thanks to Bulletproof Tees, you did not miss a thing. We're lap number 8. 7 laps complete here in this 40-lap contest in round number 24 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on LSR TV. Wesley Outland, Brett Rolls, Charles Wooten in the production truck running the boards in the production here as this race still in the early going. Still a lot of racing left to go here, and for the most part, it's been fairly clean. Sean Breitzman, as we're looking at now, Tyler King in 7th position, 31 seconds back to the leader. Sean Breitzman has now almost a 17-second lead over Robert Gamble in truck 54.
Yeah, Breitzman just checking out over this field today. He is pretty much said, hold my beer, and he's not wasting any time, as he, like I pointed out over the commercial break, he's pretty much just been lights out, almost picture perfect throughout the first couple of, I believe we're on lap 9, working lap 9 right now. So, the first 8 laps, Breitzman has just been absolutely picture perfect. That gap does speak volumes for the driver credit. These guys are really good participants, on a weekly basis, but Breitzman just showing that he has that extra bit of talent that comes on these road courses that a lot of drivers, that run circle track, try to learn, but it's definitely a different form of art.
Breitzman still the man. There is Tyler King trying to get around Ottenbacher. He just did that for 6th position. And now the next man he'll try to run down is that truck in front of him, the number 28 of Fletcher, for 5th. Riding on board now with Tyler King. On board presented by Swag E-Wraps and Graphics. Nice smooth transition as he works his way into turn number 3 and 4, or actually turn 2 to the back straightaway, to the bus stop, into that chicane. And you notice, they try to help you if you pay attention there. If you're watching, Brett, they give you little markers, 3, 2, 1, letting you know where to hit your marks. And if you try to follow that transitions, it will help you get around the track.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's pretty interesting because you see them at a couple of tracks. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is one to point out. If you ever see a race there, if they ever go on board or whatever, you can see them just off in the right up on the fence. Usually a lot of drivers use those as braking points. A lot of guys will actually use those as turn-in points as well. So I mean, a lot of different points for a lot of different drivers as far as lifting and braking, turn-in points. Just really depends on your driver style, what type of run you're on, whether you're going to be a little bit more aggressive on your tire usage or whether you're going to be a little bit more relaxed and, just kind of sit back and ride out some laps. As we see a group of cars right now starting to get together, so this might produce some pretty good racing here early on in this race as the 55 of Dan West is coming around, as it looks like he's already taken a pit stop. As you see him, he used his fast repair last lap, we're being told, as you see him have to check up for that truck that overshot the corner. So the 55 of Dan West looking to be able to try to get back up to that front of the pack, as he started pole on the field today and had some early trouble. So he's currently running 12th right now. So keep an eye on Dan West to see if he's able to get back up front.
Brett, could we say that this race could turn out to be a wild card for the series after tonight? Like even problems that the pole truck Dan West Jr. had, he already had to use a master reset, fast repair, one pit stop in already.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they say tracks like Watkins Glen, Sonoma, and I mean, you can even throw the Daytona road course in there too. If you struggle with road courses, you're not going to have a good points day. It's as simple as that. You come out here, you hope for a top 10. You're going to have a tough day, so you just try to get pretty much salvage what you can out of it. But then again, for a lot of drivers that struggle at some tracks early on in the season, if you're able to come here and run well like you see Brightsman doing in the 46, you have a run like that and you're sitting back in like the 10th place in points, that could really do a lot of shuffling as far as like points go for a possible championship or playoff run.
Still a lot of racing here left to go, as again we're starting to see drivers basically just take her easy. Still a lot of racing here with Brightsman out in front. Stephen O'Hare, there he is currently on racetrack in the 41. Now sits in the 5th position behind Burke. How about Carl Burke? Can we show him real quick? Look at the good run going for him. Sitting in 3rd position right now in truck number 53.
Yeah, Carl Burke started just outside the top 5. He started P6 on the grid, and if I do remember correctly, I believe he may have had, as we have one car going around, I believe.
Stephen O'Hare, just mentioned him.
Stephen O'Hare in the 41, he's going around, so that'll move Carl Burke up to 3rd as he gets around the 41, and I believe that's the 28 that gets around him now. So Stephen O'Hare going to lose a couple of spots here from that little bit of a miss-up coming off of turn 3.
Let's see if we can possibly get a swag instant replay and see what happened to the 41 of Stephen O'Hare. Probably will not be no swag cautions tonight, but we'll have instant replays for you. Watch as he dives down into that first turn. Simply lost it. There's your replay presented by Swag E-Wraps and Graphics as he's back on course. Even though he spun, he's in the top 5 still there.
Yeah, he was able to get it collected pretty fast and get back up on the race course. He, didn't really waste too much time, as we saw a lot of drivers struggling to get the truck going back in the right direction. Looks like O'Hare was able to, for the point that he spun on the track, he was actually able to challenge his inner circle track driver, if you will, and get that thing counter steered and get that thing going straight again. So, hats off to him, as I believe he's only going to lose those 2 positions to Burke and Fletcher. So, not too sure how much of a gap he's got between him and Tyler King now, as we've come through the last transition through lap count. But Tyler King on that 44 has slowly been working his way forward as well. So keep an eye on him too.
So we showed O'Hare just a moment ago going off course. He'll save it. He'll still stay currently in the number 5 position. 6 now, Tyler King, there he is. Was not able to take advantage of O'Hare spinning in front of him to advance his position. Tyler King right now just kind of lying in the woods, taking it easy. It's been all Sean Brightsman leading the way. 12 laps in of 40. Believe it or not, we're clean and green. Green flag pit stops approaching soon, as well as halfway in about 7 laps.
Gonna be interesting to see if any green flag strategies are involved here. If we see drivers try to make up some time on pit road with coming down within a lap or two, as well as if we see maybe some 2-tire and 4-tire strategies as well. I'm not too sure if you'll see many of them as far as 2-tire strategies go, but I wouldn't be opposed to see a couple of these guys throw caution to the wind, just try to take a couple of seconds off of that gap.
The Brightsman gamble. We're still showing Tyler King's truck right now, as he currently sits in the 5th position. Working his way back to the road course part of the speedway through the infield here. Gonna work their way into the horseshoe.
I believe the 28 of William Fletcher had a little bit of issue there, as we saw him get around the 41 of Stephen O'Hare, and he was up in P4. Now he's fallen back to the P6 spot, so I think he's having a little bit of an issue as we get closer to these pit stop requirements.
Off
course there in the horseshoe. So the 28 of William Fletcher has his hands full with that truck here this early on in this run.
The problems there for that machine of Fletcher. He'll currently fall back to 6th as Tyler King will get around him. James Viney now trying to get the opportunity to close in on him. There he is in the 333. You're right in on board now, thanks to Swag. With the Catman, James Vining in the 333. He's in 7th. A good run going for him currently right now on the racetrack here at Daytona.
And don't count out that 89 of John Ottenbacher. He's back right behind the 333 of James Vinning, waiting for just a slight error between these two drivers and try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and go from the current P8 spot that he's in to just outside the top 5.
Hey, another driver that we have mentioned that's having problems so far tonight, Jeff Stabnow. 13 laps down in truck number 24. That is going to be a heart for him in the points tonight.
As not only him, but as you see the 805 of Wayne Rick as well, having some early race troubles as well, as he's going to be 13 laps down with him as well.
Brightsman, Gamble, Burke, O'Hare, King, top 5. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. Our coverage continues from Daytona. Round 24. The Northwest iRacing Truck Series from the road course at the World Center of Racing. Back in a moment on LSR TV, your home for sim racing.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars going.
Boy, I tell you what, Race on Texas, they've got that big event coming up this weekend, starting tomorrow night. The 7th running of the Lone Star 600. It'll be live on Race on Texas. Order your pay-per-view coverage for that event. Welcome back to Daytona Road Course. We're coming up on halfway in a few more laps, and again, it's been clean and green. Couple of cautions, thrills, and spills along the way, but it's been all Sean Brightsman out in front. Robert Gamble in second, Carl Berg third. Dan West Jr., the pole truck, slowly but surely coming back to the field. Brett Rolls, he is in fourth in the Catman. James Vining currently your top five.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out if you hadn't, Wesley. The 55 of Dan West Jr., he has just been full send mode in that number 55 LSR TV sponsored truck, as he was position 12 about 3 laps ago. So that driver, he came in for his fast repair after having a couple of issues on the initial green, and he is just getting it right now in that 55 machine, as he is laying waste to the couple of cars that he's been passing, and he has significantly cut down that gap that he was back to the leader. So I think the 55 starting to figure out this road course. Is you know, keep an eye out. If he's able to get lucky and have the top 3 cars in front of him slip up once or twice, he may have something to shake up for this race finish.
So Dan West Jr. again having problems at the start of the event, working his way back through the field after doing a fast repair and a reset. Currently sits now fourth, over a minute back. That's the interval he has behind Sean Brightsman. There's your pit stops on the bottom of the drivers' names, letting you know who has pitted. West has pitted. O'Hare, King, Fletcher, Moore, Nichols, Hendrick, and Ritters have all pitted.
And, you know, I wonder if West, when he came down pit road, I wonder if he took some tires and fuel. As you see him catch the apron, or the little bit of buildup there on the chicane, upsets that truck just a little bit. But I wonder if he took tires and fuel as well, because if he did, the top 3 cars have not pit yet. And if he's got that little bit extra tire and fuel to get him some ground caught up on these guys, he may be right on their back bumper as they come out of the pits.
And you see the big lead that Dan West Jr. has behind the leader of Brightsman. Brightsman has over West is what I meant. Heck, even in second, Brightsman has a 38-second lead over Gamble in the 54 truck. That's how strong his truck 46 is here tonight.
Yeah, Brightsman looking like I did in the Cup Series race here for the Monday Night Cup Series, out to a 30-second plus lead. But I give him props, because I did it on the oval. This guy's doing it on the road course. So Brightsman definitely has figured out this road course here at Daytona very quick, and he is laying waste to this field. Just absolutely catch me if you can. I'll meet you guys at the finish line. As you see the 46 coming around to put lap number 16 down, coming through that tight first corner. That LSR TV sponsored number 46, as he has just got a hot rod underneath him tonight, Wesley.
Yeah, Sean Brightsman currently 5th in the standings, up 5 positions since the last race we ran. 18 starts, 19th start tonight. He has 2 wins on the series, 6 top 5s and 10 top 10s coming into tonight's event here for the trucks. And he is the man out in front. Sean Brightsman, Robert Gamble, Carl Burke, Dan West Jr., John Annenbacher, the top 5. O'Hare, King, Fletcher, Moore, Vining. Currently the top 10 as it stands in round number 24. Next week, we go from Daytona road course to a true wild card. The final race before the playoffs, Talladega. That will be a crazy one.
Oh yeah, you gotta love some super speedway racing, Wesley. I mean, Talladega and Daytona, the 2.5 mile course here at Daytona. I mean, I absolutely love restrictor plate racing. It's one of those races where, you know, it's anybody's ball game right up until the drop of the finish. You know, playing in the draft, you can go from the penthouse to the outhouse, the outhouse to the penthouse within a couple of laps, just, depending on how the draft works with you. Somebody who's, never won a race in the series before could come out and, catch a, beginner's luck at, one of the super speedways. And, it's very common to see a lot of first-time winners at super speedway races.
And it has been all Sean Brightsman, looking for his third win on the series if he pulls it off. Gamble doing what he needs to do, but again, back 32 seconds in truck 54. There he is right now in second. Good run, strong run for him. Staying out of trouble. Carl Burke in the 53 truck. What a great run for that man. Sitting in third, staying out of trouble, hitting his marks. Very impressed with the job he's done so far.
As Brightsman has come around the field to lap up to the 12th position, the next one that he's got in his sights is that 58 truck of Paulison, who we saw have a little bit of troubles early on. So the 46 car, he's starting to catch the back of the field as he's put, I want to say, at least maybe 6 trucks that are currently on the track a lap down. So Brightsman trying to put some early work to this field and possibly, get up to that top 10 and get the top 10 cars on the lead lap.
And there's the leader. Approaching halfway in 3 more laps. In his own world, Brightsman hitting his marks here, Brett. He's doing a great job of that truck 46.
Yeah, like I said, he has been absolutely lights out here tonight. Just picture perfect, He has not skipped a beat. The 42.9, almost now 43 second gap he's got over second place. That's almost about a half a lap time here. He's about a half a track, just shy of half a track ahead of second place of Burke. So Brightsman definitely, setting himself up as he's going to come down pit road now. So here we go as we see the leader come down pit road. Going to be interesting to see if Burke follows him. But that third place car of West and that number 55 truck, he's already pit. So going to be interesting to see if he came down for tires and fuel when he used that quick repair, or if he's going to be able to gap out with a lead as well.
You got to make sure you do not make any mistakes either. Cannot make mistakes on pit road. And the question is, does Brightsman have big enough of a lead where he can enter back onto the racetrack and still hold on to the point? I would say yes.
Yeah, I'd give him a pretty significant gap to be able to get back out on the track in the lead if the 52 or 53 of Burke doesn't come down a pit. As you see, the pit lane exit is not really that long here compared to what it is for the 2.5 mile course. As you see how just about how much gap he's cut down, as I believe that's 13 seconds now that Burke is back. So he's reduced back about 30 to 31 seconds of track position time.
And my question is this: does he have enough strategy to make it a two-tire stop, or not two pit stop for him to finish this race, or is he going to have to pit before lap 40, Brett? What are you thinking?
I mean, he should have to come down probably at least one more time. He doesn't really have anybody pressuring him. As we pointed out, he's got a huge gap. So I think right now his strategy is just fuel economy and, being able to make this a two-stop rather than a 3-stop race. As you see him roll through the chicane there, just a little bit of speed, not trying to over-rotate that truck and put a little bit of, put too much pressure on them tires and wear off that grip too early. Brightsman's just, he's laid back, calm, cool, collected. He's got that Toyota pickup working nice for him tonight. And, the thing that's impressive about it the most is it doesn't really look like he's pushing that truck to full capacity right now. And he is still pulling away from the rest of this field.
Back across the line, 1 lap to halfway. And by the way, when we come to halfway, you'll actually see lap 20 of 40 become 20 to go. As this race is officially down to the final 20 laps. Brightsman obviously on fresher tires now, ready to go to as far as he can. Looking for that third win on the series. Burke on pit road. He'll give up third position right now.
Burke going to take some tires and fuel here. That's going to hand the second position off to the 55 of West. As you see that gap grow just a little bit back from Brightsman to the second place car. That is because the 53 car did pit. So West going to be the next truck back in contention, riding in second place at the 27, almost 28 seconds back from Brightsman.
And how about West redeeming himself after having those problems on the official start? Moving back to second now.
Yeah, it's like I pointed out earlier, Wesley. I think, he said that, he'd never raced here before as far as like an actual competitive race, I believe. This may have been his actual first race here. So I think it's taken him a couple of laps to really get familiarized with the layout of the Daytona road course. And looks like he's got it pretty much figured out. I think he's pretty much just hoping that Brightsman will make a mistake and he can come back and try to contend. As you see, he's got 2 lap cars in his way as he's going to try to negotiate around them. And like we pointed out earlier with pack racing coming through these chicanes and bus stops, as you noticed, a lot of trucks coming through there at once. A lot of them had to back out of the throttle, get single filed out and roll through there rather than going side by side, because there's just not a lot of room to work with, and it's very easy to make a lot of contact that can send trucks going either which way.
Halfway, 20 to go. Hey, let's rest our voices for a lap. You can kick the asphalt truck style here at the Daytona road course. Here they come. Well, we just wanted to rest our voices for a couple of moments, and we didn't realize the track is that long of a lap there, Brett.
Yeah, it's definitely quite a lengthy track, that's for sure, Wesley.
Okay, I'm lying. We did at least do 2 laps, but nonetheless, we are coming up on 18 laps to go.
Got some pretty good side-by-side action going on through them S-curves so far, as I believe that's the 44 of
Tyler King.
Yeah, the 44 of Tyler King, and I believe that is a lap truck in front of him.
No, that's the 54 of Gamble, Robert Gamble. So this is actually for 4th and 5th on the racetrack.
Okay, I was a little bit confused there. The lap timing scoring on the charts has them vice versa on the track, so I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Round 24 here tonight at the Daytona Road Course. Next Thursday night, Talladega. The wild card before the playoffs.
That's going to be an interesting race next week at Talladega. Not sure how many laps they're going to be going, but you're not going to want to miss that one, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about complete polar opposites to what you're seeing right now. As you see, the whole entire field spread out. You got a whole bunch of, maneuvering going on between drivers. Next week at Talladega, you are going to see probably 3 wide, bumper to bumper, 20 cars, 20 trucks, 20 cars in a pack at one time. It's going to be completely chaotic as far as the amount of drivers there are and the amount of space that they're going to be racing with. So you are definitely not going to want to miss that Talladega race next week.
Dan West Jr. has come to the pit lane in the number 55. Could this be the money stop for him? He's on exit now, pit exit for Dan West Jr. He'll fall all the way back down to 7th. He'll lose 6 positions. He was up to 2nd at one time. Stephen O'Hare now moving back to the 2nd spot, up 2 positions. Off track is Robert Gamble in 54. Gathers it back in, back on course again. And in these mistakes that are being made, not serious mistakes, if you will, but if you continue, they can be costly.
Yeah, that's the thing, Wesley. One mistake that may cost you a 10th or 2 on this lap, you make that same mistake every single lap over 40 laps, that 2/10 suddenly turns into a couple of second gap. As I see, take prime example, Brightsman has not made a mistake yet, and he has got almost a full entire minute lead over the rest of the field as you see him working through the hairpin here. And you see him just slowly making his way around this track, not trying to overdrive the truck. He's just following and letting that truck flow through these corners of the inside here before he gets to the super speedway. As you see him come through the other hairpin here, not a lot of mistakes being made out of Brightsman tonight, and that's contributed to that almost 1 minute lead that he has over the rest of the field here.
Coming up on 15 laps to go when he comes back around. If you are just joining us now, let's give you again another lap around Daytona. We'll explain to you, thanks to All American Pools, what the course looks like here at the World Center of Racing.
We should do one on board so that way they can actually see what it's like to go around
all right. Let's do that
corners.
Then. Let's do one better. Exactly. By the way, though, aerial coverage presented by All American Pools. We're going to stay here until we show Brightsman coming out of turn number 4, and then we will ride on board, thanks to Swag, with the driver of the 46.
It's going to be
through the NASCAR chicane. All right, here we go. Let's change it right now to the start-finish line. Here you go. You wanted it? You got it, Brett. On board with Sean Brightsman. He'll work his way into turn number 1. And as we said, Brett, this is what you call turns 1 and 2, the in and out into the International Horseshoe.
Yeah, and you see just how tight that corner is. You have to get real big up on the brakes just to make it through that S corner without overturning it. Then you come into turn, I believe this would be
This is the International Horseshoe.
2, as you come through the horseshoe, and you're going to pick up a pretty good amount of speed here as you get just to the outside and you want to get over to the other lane.
And now you enter the dog leg. Here's the dog leg. And there's that place you were talking about, Brett, where you really start getting a lot of speed. Now you're working your way to the West Horseshoe. This is turns number 5 and 6, which will lead back to turn 7 onto the main speedway.
And they're now making their way to the actual 2.5 mile course here as you see them come through what would be turns 1 and 2 of the regular Daytona International Speedway. And they're going to pick up a lot of speed here, Wesley. This is what I was talking about earlier. The run that they're going to get, they're going to cycle through all the gears. They're going to get pretty much almost to top speed. And then as you see them numbers, they're going to have to slow it down, back down the gear and get through this short little chicane bus stop without getting too loose coming out of the corner there. And then they're going to come back through what would be turns 3 and 4, and then they have another chicane that they're going to have to come through on the opposite end of turn 4.
And that is, again, the NASCAR chicane working its way through there. And then back to the start-finish line. So you have seen the aerial, and now you see the onboard with the leader, Sean Brightsman, presented by Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics. Hey, by the way, Brett, got some new Swag series getting ready to crank up. You've got Dirt, getting ready for that.
Yeah, I definitely got the late model work going on behind the scenes for me, as I'm hoping to actually put on a pretty good performance for that Swag late model series that they got. Pretty excited about that.
Beginning October the 13th. That's Tuesday night, October 13th. It is the Studio Supplies, or the Studio Displays, my apologies. The Studio Displays Super Late Model Dirt Series. It'll be live on LSR TV, Race on Texas, and audio coverage on CRN Sports, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, beginning October the 13th. And then on October the 15th, you're going to have your double pleasure of trucks, because Swag presents the Pavement Marking LLC Truck Series. It'll also be on LSR TV, Race on Texas, and CRN. That is October 13th through the 15th. You got the S&B Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters coming soon. That'll be October the 14th when that cranks up. Whole bunch of cool stuff going on here on your home for sim racing. Tyler King on the pit lane. These are the money stops, I believe, now ready to bring this to the finish line tonight here, Brett Rolls.
Yeah, everybody should be able to make it on a two-tire stop if they, didn't go out and blow the tires off of it trying to, get a little bit of track position. But the 44, Tyler King, as you see him come in with about 14 to go, he should have plenty of fuel, plenty of tire to, get through the rest of this race, as I believe he's currently sitting 4th on the speedway right now when he went into pit. Not sure where he's going to be after track position coming out. I believe he fell back to 6th, so he didn't lose a lot of track position, as there's a whole bunch of people in front of him that still have to come down for that second time. So I think King may be on a smart strategy right now. Come in now, get the rest of that fuel the rest of the way, and try to make up some ground that you lost from previous mistakes throughout the race.
13 laps to go. Brightsman leads over a minute and a second over Stephen O'Hare. Team LSR TV battle, John Ottenbacher, Sean Brightsman. I'm sorry, that's actually Yes, it is. My apologies. The leader trying to lap Ottenbacher.
As the leader has lapped up to the 10th position, as now he's going to lap.
He's lapped to 8th.
Yes, now he's got 9th and 8th. The third
Just picked off 2 trucks at one time.
Yeah, that goes to show just how strong the 46 is here. As you saw the run that he got through the low side of what would be turns 1 and 2 of the 2.5 mile course. So the 46 not wasting any time as he is laying waste and continuing to try to increase his lead, as he has over a 1 minute 4 second advantage right now. So at the rate that we're going, Sean Breitzman has a possibility, barring pit road strategies and whatnot, to maybe lap the entire field here tonight, Wesley.
The road course tonight at Daytona, next week Talladega, and then on to the playoffs. And the playoffs again will fire up on October the 15th at Atlanta, round 1 at Atlanta. Then they'll take off. Then they come back on the 29th at Watkins Glen, another road course. Richmond, Charlotte. The champion looks to be crowned on January the 14th at Phoenix.
Oh, as we have a truck with some issues right in front of your leader. Not sure who that was, but quick awareness there by Breitzman to get on the binders a little bit earlier than expected to avoid that little bit of trouble, as that could have been chaotic for your race leader of Breitzman in that 46 car.
A little scare there for Frank Harris in truck number 11, as Harris is currently 15th on the race course in his Chevrolet, or actually his Ford. By the way, if you're enjoying our coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series tonight from the Daytona Road Course, and you want to get more information on how to start your iRacing career, log on to iRacing.com. I believe right now, if you sign up, new member spread rolls 50% off.
Yeah, iRacing has a lot of deals to go on to, increase their member count. They do a lot for, the people that want to get on here. I've been a part of the iRacing community for almost going on, 3 years now. And I'll tell you right now, people give me a lot of flack for being a sim racer, but then they actually get on the sim themselves, and just to see, their reaction of what it's like, to go from a real car to a sim car like I have. Right. And just that familiarity of like, all right, this isn't so different. Like, this is pretty legit. Like, iRacing, without a doubt, hands down. I mean, you've heard it from guys like Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart, and, guys that, advocate for iRacing, just how realistic this simulation is. And, trust me, I don't get paid by iRacing by any means to, say this or whatnot, but this is the real deal. Like, if you want seat time, to try to get, an advantage of, keep the rust off throughout the off season, if you're a real driver, or, if you, are interested in just becoming a sim driver, if you can't afford a real car, sim racing is, just as fun as real racing. And, on the plus side, you don't have to pay for the real car, and especially when you're wrecked like I do.
You won Daytona. You won the opening round of the Monday Night Cup Series powered by World of Thunder, which, by the way, the World of Thunder Cup Series will be returning Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, to LSR TV. They're going to keep it under about a 2-hour window because we have, obviously, the Studio Displays Super Late Model Dirt Series broadcasts as well, but we're going to have the World of Thunder and the Super Late Models on Tuesday night. That'll hopefully be cranking up next Tuesday, or at least in 2 weeks' time. So you gotta fulfill the rest of the season for that obligation. You won the first ever race right here at Daytona, not at the road course, but on the Speedway for the Monday Night Cup Series.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back in the saddle of my Ford Mustang Cup Series car. It's been a couple of weeks, so we got a lot of testing to do, but we've also got a lot of I guess you could say, advantage with us winning the Daytona race. We're already locked into the playoffs, so pretty much right now we're just trying to get some seat time and figure out some stuff at a couple of tracks that may work out for the playoff racing, and try to lock up a rookie championship.
Laps to go here at Daytona. Final commercial break, side by side. Extended so you don't miss a thing. We will take you to the checkered flag, round 24, here for the Northwest Truck Series on your home for sim racing, LSIR TV. Back with more in a moment.
Based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom t-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Ready to bring this one on home for a midnight snack, if you will. Welcome back. We can't say supper anymore, Brett. This is
yeah, we don't want to
Brightsman is leading the way here. Look at the track temp. Holy cow, it's shot up like crazy.
Yeah, we thought it was pretty high earlier. Now we're up to 120 degrees. So as you can see, this track is drastically changing on these drivers throughout the course of this 40-lap race. As now we're inside 10 to go. And, you haven't missed much, ladies and gentlemen. Brightsman's still out to his 1 minute, and now it's just slightly dropped a little bit. It's 3 second and 0.7 lead. So, Brightsman's still well in control over this field, as he is now lapped up to the 8th position. Only 7 cars remain on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap will be the 54 car of Robert Gamble.
We like midnight snacks. We like 1 a.m. snacks.
Oh, we can't talk about snacks. Then we'll get our producer Cody Wooten all eating on us and rubbing
while
food
we're
in
trying
our
to
faces
work.
again.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're trying to work here. Oh wow. I'm not gonna say what you just said. 8 laps to go. What a phenomenal job by Sean Brightsman, man. What a performance he has put on for sure. Very impressed with the job he has done. Looking for that 3rd win on the season here tonight.
as I believe the battle you're seeing on screen right now is the closest battle on the track currently. That's between the 44 of Tyler King and the 28 of William Fletcher, as I believe that's going right now for that top 5 position. So William Fletcher trying to come back from a couple of early race stumbles that he's had and get back in front of that 44 of Tyler King.
Hey, Brett, I do have some leftover chocolate cream cheese birthday cake, though.
Oh,
Chocolate cream cheese birthday cake. I kind of turned my nose up at it first when my girlfriend Megan said she was making it for me. And I was like, ugh, chocolate and cream cheese? Ugh. And then I was like, wow. Hey, hello. This is good.
Pretty interesting you said that, because my brother brought me a chocolate bar cake, and I tell you, that thing was so good.
You started it. Nom, 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 nom. If you're wondering why we're talking about food, it's just we're ready for this, just finding stuff to talk about. Because there really ain't that much to talk about here. I mean, Brightsman has dominated this race, dude. Like, seriously. Sean Brightsman could probably hit it, go off course, hit the wall, do a bunch of 360s, and he still has such a big lead over Dan West Jr., he would still hold on to the lead. Seriously. 7 to go here at Daytona.
It's pretty interesting, actually. Let me point this out to you, Wesley.
I'm riding on board with Brightsman to win here.
let me point this out to you here, Wesley. So right now, Brightsman has a 1 minute 4 second lead. Okay, the average tow time on iRacing, if you were to wreck your truck, come to a complete stop, and exit out and get a reset, is 2 minutes. So Brightsman, right now, he could literally wreck his car, wait the tow time.
I told you.
And with other drivers making mistakes, he could still possibly hold on to a top 10, or he will have a top 10, but he could still finish within the top 5.
The man has got it going on. What a strong piece of that number 46 entry, the LSR TV Toyota. He is looking for, again, his 3rd win on the Truck Series. Of course, the dominator, Dan West Jr. with 8th. Jeff Stabnow has 6. We missed Jeff Stabnow. Understanding he's going to be out for at least maybe a week or so. Something going on. So hopefully we'll have you back here very soon. 6 wins for Jeff Stabnow. And again, he's in the playoffs, so he could take off. 10 poles, 12 top 5s, 18 top 10s for the driver of the 24. Devin West, he's off tonight. 3 wins for him. He's in the playoffs. So is Stefan O'Hare with 2 wins. Sean Brightsman now looking to get his 3rd win. He's already in the playoffs, but again, he wants to win again. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know a driver out there, Wesley, that doesn't want to win every time he puts tires on the track. And it's funny, you know, everybody says, well, you know, don't you get sick of winning? And it's like, wait, what? Did you just ask that? Like,
all I do is win, no matter what.
Like, us drivers, you know, we never get tired of winning. We could race every single day and win every single day. And
I'm not going to rap for you, Brad.
We didn't win enough. Oh, come on, Wesley. Let's hear that birthday rap.
Oh! All the hands go up in the air when they stay there, Sean Brightsman's doing nothing but win, win, win. Hey, by the way, don't forget tomorrow night, we have the McConey Setup Shop Fall Brawl. Oh, correction, they've been booted. What is it called? I don't know what it is. It's the Fall Brawl tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Legends and Super Late Models on LSR TV. What's it called now? I don't know. They probably gave me some hard name to pronounce now here, Brett Rolls. Are you working with me tomorrow night for the Fall Brawl?
Yes, I believe I am. I will be on the call with you both tonight and tomorrow night.
There you go. And by the way, my thoughts and prayers are with my friend Greg Rentz. Brett, enjoy working with you in the booth. Can't say I don't. But just not the same without having my partner in crime from Washington State, Greg Rentz, with me. You know, as I celebrate my 37th birthday today, it's a tough day for him. I think it was the passing of his mother, and so you know, that's a difficult holiday or a difficult day, October 1st for him. So he wanted to take off and be with his family, and I totally understand it. But hopefully he'll be back with us on Monday. But I appreciate you being able to step in for sure. Yeah, I knew it was going to be some kind of hard name. The On Rails Paint Fall Brawl. It is no longer the other one. On Rails Paint Fall Brawl. Right, McConey Setup Shop, no more. The On Rails Paint. On Rails Paint. I'll say it again like a TV ad commercial, infomercial. The On Rails Paint Fall Brawl. Tomorrow night. On Rails Paint Fall Brawl, 8 p.m. Eastern, LSR TV. So
and ladies and gentlemen, this is a prime example of what you get when you put LSR TV after dark.
No. That's when you start talking about, you know, pit stops and Big Bird and everything else. We ain't even gotten to that part yet. Yeah, I had cream cheese chocolate cake tonight, so 4 to go. Coming up, well, no, it's not. Still 5 to go. I'm sorry. That's Dan West Jr. He's in second. We got to pick up the leader. There's the leader behind Audenbacher. He's about to lap Audenbacher. Look at this. The popcorn man is about to go a lap down.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I believe Audenbacher is currently...
He's about to go a lap down.
He's currently currently about to go a lap down. Also in the leader's sights is the 54 of Robert Gamble as well in the 7th position, as he is hot on his tail as well.
Question is, does he have enough time? That's the question, you know. Does he got enough time? There's Gamble. You see Gamble. Okay, stay right there. There's Audenbacher. So literally, Brightsman is trying to run both of these trucks down. Coming after him. There he is. See? I got my eye on you.
One thing to point out, Wesley, Dan West Jr. has reduced the race lead from 1 minute and 4 seconds down to 59 seconds. So he's slowly creeping in on Brightsman, but I don't think he's going to have enough time unless Brightsman makes a mistake.
Yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't matter. I mean, I think Sean Brightsman, honestly, remember, he pitted on lap 18. And I think, honestly, he's just trying to conserve fuel right now. He's still, oh, hold on to it there, buddy. Oh, man, you did my pick. I'm going to jinx you. You're going to crash. Is it? Yeah, he's cut it down. You can really tell that Sean Brightsman has slowed down considerably. I mean, he's right up under Audenbacher. Look at Audenbacher. He's right there. And he's just playing nice, not trying to run him down yet.
I wonder if that 2-tire stop is just the, or at least how much he's been pushing the truck over. That 2-tire stop is coming back to bite him as he gets wicked loose coming off that hairpin corner there. As you're going to see that 46 car coming through. Oh, as he's got right in front of him, Audenbacher going to go off the course.
Oh, that's a good way to lap somebody.
That was twice now that the leader's almost been caught up with the truck in front of him. So not only that, but that's going to allow West to creep in a little bit more. So I wonder if we keep an eye on this 46 and 55 over the course of these last 4 laps. I wonder if the 46 is pushed just a little bit too hard and used up his tires, and that's allowing West to be able to regain this time that he's lost.
4 laps to go. And now there are only 7 trucks on the lead lap, and Gamble will be the next one that he's going to run down. Coming to 3 remaining when they come to the start-finish line in this race that has been caution-free. We knew it was going to be caution-free. It has had its share of exciting moments. It has had its share of boring moments. But one thing for certain, a dominating performance by Sean Brightsman, who has literally took all of these drivers to the woodshed, proverbially virtual, and has whipped up on them here at the Daytona Road Course. It's his race to win, Brad Rolls, if he doesn't make a mistake. He's got a 40-second lead over the pole truck of Dan West Jr.
I don't know if the word proverbial is the right word to describe this, Wesley. He's literally come out here and just put a waxing on this field. I mean, he has shown, you know, his true strength for road
How
course
dare
racing
you question
here
my
tonight.
dialogue? How dare No, he has really, really whipped up on all these guys. I mean, seriously. Yes,
If you look, that little
he doesn't know what proverbial means. Okay, Google. What is proverbial? Whoa, Brightsman. Man, he gave us a little scare there for a second. He'll hold on to it, though.
Yeah. Brightsman was able to pull out a little bit further. You saw that gap drop down to about 32 seconds. He's back out to about 41, 42 seconds now. So even though we thought he was stumbling there towards the end, I think that was just because of Odenbacher being in front of him. I think he was just being a little bit cautious, not trying to get caught up with the lap car.
Yeah, and still laps remain here for Brightsman. Sean Brightsman, truck number 46, looking for his third win on the series. He will be the first ever winner for the Daytona Road Course for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. He is going to come to the line and take 2 laps to go. Laps winding down here at the World Center of Racing Road Course at Daytona. Ready to coaster in for about another 7 miles and bring this to the finish line here, Brett Rolls.
Yeah, we've got 2 more laps to go. He's been absolutely star-studded, spectacular through the first 38. Pretty sure we're going to see him just kind of coast these last 2 laps, not really put too much pressure. I mean, I'm sure he knows just how much of a lead he's got, and he's been really consistent as far as lap times go throughout the entire race. So I think Brightsman pretty much just going to ride this one out. I don't think you're going to see him push the truck like you are the other guys trying to come up and make up some of this time within the last 2 laps.
You're seeing Brightsman right now. Let's show you where West is. West is on the racetrack, going back into turn number 1 to the in and out of the speedway. And there is the difference. There's the difference. There you see the differential through the S's, through the international loophole, the international hot shoe, if you will. Working his way through that part of the race course. Now he'll make his way through the dog leg. From the dog leg, he'll come from the international horseshoe to the west horseshoe, to the west end of the speedway off of turn 2. And there you see him now getting ready to enter back into turn 5 and 6 through the in and out. And now he'll go back into turn number 1, turn 7 road course here at Daytona. While that goes on, the leader, Sean Brightsman, is getting ready to exit into the NASCAR chicane. He will come out of turn number 4 at Daytona through the tri-oval, turn 14 for the road course. He'll cross the line and come to the swag. 1 to go. 1 more lap remains for Sean Brightsman. A performance of the ages in truck number 46. 1 more lap around Daytona, Brett Rolls.
Yeah, he's got 1 more lap to go. It almost looked like he had overshot turn 1 there, as it looked like he was coming in with a lot of steam. And the 46 car, you know, just got about another minute and 45 seconds left on this course as far as time goes, and he'll be the first inaugural winner of this event for this series. So he's looking to make history here tonight in that LSR TV sponsored number 46 car.
Works his way through the international horseshoe into 3 and 4 through the dog leg. The dog leg now into turn 5 and 6 to the west horseshoe around the speedway. Now he'll make his way back on to the in and out exit onto turn 1 here at the super speedway. Turn number 6 here for the road course. Final lap around for Sean Brightsman. The interval is almost 46 seconds now. 46.98 seconds and growing is Dan West Jr. trying to close in on Brightsman, but he has run out of time in this final lap of the race. Down the back straightaway, turn 2, Now turn 8 road course to the bus stop. Into turn number 9 and 10, halfway to the back straightaway. Back into speed, halfway down the rest of the back stretch, going to turn number 3. Turn 3 now becomes turn number 11 for the road course. Sean Brightsman, what a show. Gets Sweaty to ruck his way off of turn number 4 to the big super speedway. Turn 12 here at Daytona for the road course. Into the NASCAR chicane through turns 13 and 14. The checkered flag awaits. Third win, domination for the Daytona RC 142. Give it to Sean Brightsman, winning here tonight at Daytona for the road course.
Sean Brightsman with an absolute lights-out performance here tonight throughout the entire race.
Yes,
just
sir.
Absolutely. Nobody had nothing for him. I mean, no mistakes made. Just absolutely jaw-dropping for the first ever race here.
There's Sean Brightsman. Let's pick up Dan West Jr. now. He's in truck 55. He's now working his way to the east end of the speedway around turns 3 and 4 through the NASCAR chicane. Into turns 13 and 14. Nobody in sight, nobody in mind virtually. Dan West Jr., the pole truck with the most wins on the series in 8 with the playoffs looming. He will finish second spot here tonight and the Daytona road course. Looking for third place finisher now, Stephen O'Hare in truck number 41. There he works his way now through the NASCAR chicane. He will bring truck number 41 to the start finish line, and he will finish in the third spot. Everyone else racing to get back to the checkered flag. Brett Rolls.
Absolutely. What a rebound for that 55 machine of Dan West Jr., who had struggled on early and had to come in, get a fast repair for his truck, and has driven back through the field and finished second. I mean, that's almost as impressive as Sean Brightsman's domination tonight. And then you throw the 41 of Stephen O'Hare. I believe he was in the top 5 the entire race. So the top 3, hats off to them, as they really showed some strength here tonight, and really helped lock in that top 3 with their performance.
What a job as they work their way back around here at the chicane, the NASCAR chicane, turn number 4, turn 13 and 14 for the road course to the tri-oval. And there is officially now Sean Brightsman ready to celebrate. He's burning it down here at Daytona. I wonder if we're going to have our always exciting demolition derby. Oh yeah, Adenbacher come in and punted him. Congrats, mate. Into the grass you go. Hit him so hard, knocked him into the pit lane, and Kevin Smith gets a strike 1. Oh, there's Dan West Jr., and I think he just hooked the motor there. So while they are beating and banging and celebrating like they always do,
and this just
O'Hare coming in and hitting him.
This just brings up my point of earlier, Wesley, of this is the amazing thing about iRacing, is you can do this kind of stuff. You can go out there, you can tear the truck up, you could tear the car up, whatever you're racing. You could completely blow that motor, tear the whole thing down to just frame rails, and it don't cost you a dime to rebuild it.
Yes, sir, it was a fun time. Frank Harris with a little punt there saying, hey, buddy, congratulations. I won't crash you. I'll just give you a love tap. Official results from Daytona. All right, Barney, you can come down from the flag stand. Your night is done. Results presented by SawBlade.com. Sean Brightsman, what a dominating performance here for round 24 of the trucks at Daytona. 48.251 seconds back to Dan West Jr., the pole truck, and the winner of the series dominant, most wins of 8. Stephen O'Hare will finish third in truck number 41. William Fletcher, a good run for truck 28 in fourth. And Tyler King will finish in the top 5. Robert Gamble, 6th. And then everyone else a lap down or more. Carl Burke, he still had a darn good day. 1 lap down in 7th. John Adenbacher, 8th. James Vining, 9th. And Gary Nichols, the top 10.
BJ Tidrick going to finish 11th. Dennis Moore is going to finish 12th. The 58 of Stephen Paulson is going to finish up 13th. The 26 of Ray Foreigner is going to finish up in that 14th position where he started the race. The 00 of Kevin Smith is going to bring home the top 15. The 11 car of Frank Harris, who struggled during the race, he's going to come home 16th. Chris White in that number 83 machine is going to come home 17th. And Toby Ritter is going to bring home 18th. Jeffrey Stabnow in the 24 and the 805 of Wayne Rick did not make a starting effort in this race tonight.
When we come back, the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up. We'll talk to the top 3 here at the road course at Daytona. Sean Brightsman, dominating performance in the Purple 46. Yes, he was my pick on my 37th birthday. He didn't crash. He wins. Back with more on Live Sim Racing. The Jinx is broken on LSR TV. Gamers hosting gamers worldwide, it is time for the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up here tonight for the road course of the Daytona International Speedway. A great race here at the World Center of Racing, virtually on the iRacing simulator for round number 24 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Brett Rolls, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten on production, and now we talk to the top 3. Brett Rolls will grab third place driver, Mr. Stephen O'Hare.
Yeah, I'm down here with the number 41 machinist Stephen O'Hare. And let me ask you real quick, we've seen a lot of drivers struggle today. How different is this Daytona road course versus, some of the other road courses that we see on the NASCAR circuit that you guys may have a little bit of familiarity with, like Watkins Glen or Sonoma?
That's a good question. I honestly don't have a whole lot of road course experience. I would say the biggest thing for me is the elevation changes on those different road courses that you were talking about, and the bumps here at Daytona are a little challenging, and the off-camber corners.
All right, now another thing with a lot of drivers struggling, we saw, you have a little bit of issues there early on as you were able to rebound real quick and get back up to the front. Pretty sure it didn't even knock you out of the top 5 at that point. How hard is it to, be able to regain that truck and get back, going at the normal pace of race speed, especially when you have the localized cautions?
First of all, congrats to Sean. He put on a clinic. He was gone. For me, it's just stringing together laps. So I was playing it a little bit conservatively, which didn't help me a whole lot because, as you said, I got a little out of control a couple times. But I was aware of that, so it helped me correct it relatively quickly. I think the biggest thing is just minimizing mistakes. So the first stretch there, I really struggled with that transition onto the oval and got loose, but was able to gather it back up relatively quickly.
All right, we're going to hand you the mic one more time. Give a shout out to all the people behind the scenes that help you get this done.
Yep, Beaver State Racing. We put in some laps, or at least attempted to, and had decent trucks. American Touch-Up, paints on Amazon, great products. Nicole, Brian, photography, and Peels. I'm glad to get a podium finish. I think it's a good race for us points wise. But yeah, congrats to Sean again. That was pretty remarkable. he whooped us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's your third place finisher, the number 41 of Stephen O'Hare. I'm going to move down a little bit further and pick up tonight's second place finisher, the number 55 of Dan West Jr. Now, Dan, you struggled early on. You started on the pole, and it seemed to have a little bit of issues there right out the gate, but you were able to go in, get a quick repair there pretty quick, and come back through the field pretty significantly. And, do you think if you had a little bit more time, or maybe a caution other than a short course caution, and actually bunch the field back up, do you think you may have had something for Brightsman tonight?
I don't think so. Sean was just in a whole different field. So I think the only thing that kept me in the field was just knowing the confidence of having a good setup under the truck. And I had to just realize that and calm down and drive it. In the beginning of the race there, I just brain faded. And, normally you enter that area a lot faster than what I did. And so your braking, your timing is a lot different. And I just drove it in there way too deep and kind of had a brain fade. But I like to think Jeff Stabnow for this setup. It was pretty awesome.
All right, now one more question for you. Now, compared to some other racetracks that you've ran this series, explain to people just how tight it is going into turn one here on that initial start, because I don't think really a lot of people understand, just how significant it is, to be really on point, as a cohesive unit with drivers to, get through turns 1 and 2 here real quick, just going, into that wicked sharp left-hander and then in through the S corners.
Yeah, I think you just have to have patience and trust. I mean, there's a lot of good drivers in this league, and I think what you're getting at is you just have to kind of follow the leader through that section a little bit. It's pretty tough to pass. So, yeah, you just got to put trust in the other drivers and be patient.
All right, we're going to hand you the mic one more time if you want to give a shout out to everybody that's helped you out here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Effective Web Solutions, LSR TV, you guys up in the booth do a great job. Northwest Racing Series for letting us come out here and do this each night. And Jeff Stabnow for the paint on the truck and an awesome setup. And congratulations to Sean again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's your second place finisher tonight, the 55 of Dan West Jr. I'm going to pass the mic over to Wesley Outland, who's in victory lane with tonight's winner.
He will pick up his third win this season, of course, on the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Out of 19 races, 8 top 5s and now 12 top 10s when everything gets tabulated on the danlisa.com scoring for iRacing. The driver, the number 46 entry Toyota for LSR TV, Sean Brightsman. Sean, congratulations. What a dominating performance here at the road course at Daytona.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this this race, Daytona Road Course, I've raced it many times in recent years, just never in a NASCAR truck, Cup, or Xfinity. It's all been in sports cars and Rolex Grand Am stuff. So it's great to get out here in the Truck Series and grab the victory.
Everything went perfect for you. I mean, the strategy working around this racetrack? What was it like just being able to dominate over all of these guys? I mean, I literally think I said at one time with under 10 laps to go, you had such a lead over everybody. You could literally come to the pits, make a pit stop, 4 tires, fuel, go back on race course, spin out, hit the wall a couple of times, and literally you would still be able to stay in the lead. That's how big of a lead margin you had over everybody.
Yeah, we definitely had a great truck. I mean, Jeff Stabnow put together a great setup, and then Dan and I and John tweaked on it over the few days leading up to this. So everything was just, for me, it was on rails. Once I got to the lead and got a little bit of a gap, it was just trying to make sure I kept my pace up, and gave myself the chance to make the pit stops, and utilizing all the practice laps I did before, practice race and everything, to figure out what was going to work for me strategy-wise.
So obviously I know that you're in the playoffs, obviously, from your virtual wins and where you're at in the points, but where does that mindset come of, okay, I know I'm in the playoffs, now all I want to do is just win?
Well, the mindset kind of goes straight through the regular season. I mean, you want to win races. So if you're moving to the playoffs, the same thing. I want to win races. If I win races, that means I'm moving on, I'm advancing, or maybe winning a champion at the end of the season. So, or winning the championship at the end of the season. So I'm just going to keep my mind kind of clear and focused on the race wins, and if they can't be race wins, top threes, and avoid the wrecks and the carnage if there are any in the future races.
Final question and segue. You can throw your sponsors out here as well in closing. What is it like fatigue-wise running these road courses, especially going caution-free? Is it like running Talladega or Daytona or a short track like Bristol, or is it different because you're going left and rights and making all these crazy moves around the race, around the track? I mean, I know it's virtual. I know you're not in a real car, but you're set up in a rig, and it's like you're really doing the real thing here. What does it do to the body?
It still puts fatigue on it, even though that it's virtual racing. We're not, I don't have a motion platform or anything like that, so I'm not going to, through some major physical changes. But, there's the knowing what's going on, what your brain is actually telling you, and you're still in a competitive state. So it's, I'd consider road course racing here probably the second most strenuous for me. First would probably be the dirt racing at Eldora this year. This one would be the second. It just takes a lot out of you. So I just got to give a shout out, though, of course, to my LSR TV Toyota Tundra sponsors, and then also got to give a big shout out. We got a new sponsor coming on board for the Northwest Racing Series, looking into the future from West Bay Napa Auto Parts. So if you're in the Shelton, Gig Harbor, Port Orchard, Poulsbo, any of those places in Washington State, go check them out. Utilize Napa Auto Parts and West Bay Auto. So thank you guys again, and I wanted to wish you, sir, Wes, happy birthday. Congrats on making it to what I hear is 37 years old. And I hear we have another guy in the booth who's having a birthday in a couple days. So happy birthday to you as well.
Yes, my birthday's officially over. You're late, but his is early, so we're good.
It's 10:44 here. I'm still
That's
good.
right. That's right. That's right. You're in the West Coast, so you're actually still okay. So, yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy. His third win on the season for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. That is the driver dominating here at the Daytona Road Course, Sean Brightsman of the number 46 Toyota. Brett Rolls, happy early birthday to you, my friend. We'll work together tomorrow night as well. What is your take of tonight's race at Daytona? Sheer domination by Sean Brightsman as we wrap things up on the Clan War Servers post-race wrap-up. Clan War Servers, the official communication partner of Live Sim Racing.
First of all, thank you for that early birthday wish, and happy birthday and belated birthday now to you as well. First take of this racetrack. Well, I've been in the driver's seat once, and now I've been in the broadcast seat once, so completely different ball games as far as asking the two. But pretty good race. Absolutely dominating performance by Brightsman. Not really much I can say other than that, than just sheer domination by him tonight.
A phenomenal job again by the driver of the number 46. And again, that will wrap up round 24. Next Monday night, they're here. The Cup cars are here. Back at it again in the saddle. Justin Prince, Greg Rentz in the booth. I'll be on the pit lane. Broadcast coverage beginning again at 11:15 Eastern Time on LSR TV Monday night for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. And then again, one more round. Talladega next Thursday, October 8th. Talladega, a wild card. One chance, one more opportunity to get as many points as you need. An upset victory if you're in the points to go to the playoffs. It should be exciting. We're glad you're a part of it. And again, from there on, it is off to Atlanta for round number 1 in the playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Cup and the Truck Series. You can follow it along, as always, on your home for sim racing, LSR TV, livesimracing.com for information, at LSR TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So that's going to wrap it up here on this birthday, October 1st. Thank you so much for joining us. For executive producer Charles Wooten, for Mr. Brett Rolls, keep my friend Greg Rentz in your thoughts and prayers. I know as I celebrate October 1st is my birthday, it's a disappointing and a sad day for him for many years on the passing of his mother. So he decided to take off here tonight and be with friends and family and loved ones, and I completely get that. Brett, thank you for being able to step in and join me in the booth. But again, for Brett Rolls, I'm Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Keep on praying for America. Stay tuned for Talladega next week for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series right here on your home for sim racing, LSR TV.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.